How are you
I'm doing
doing?
fantastic. And you?
I am wonderful. So happy that it's a brand new week. I was saying, welcome to another week. Welcome to episode 3 of Moon Magic and Mindfulness. Welcome, Lily. Welcome to this conversation, your favorite mindfulness and motivational conversation here on Fireside, happening every Monday night at 10 p.m. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm just so grateful that you're here. And, this is really about the conversation. It's meant to be about what do we want to do this week? Taking it 1 week at a time. I'm not a big long-term planner. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Hello, Linda. Welcome to Fireside. Everybody, I'm so honored and grateful that you have requested links to join me live and that you are so interested in this trending show. What? Ron, I can't believe it. It's
It's
such
awesome.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Ron is one of my favorite tweeters and top mentor on the Wisdom app as well. And so you're everywhere, my friend. You're amazing.
I'm just trying to chase you around. That's why I'm everywhere.
Yes. It's so beautiful, honestly. Your support, it really comes from a good place of kindness and just so much heart. So thank you for being here. It's been a whole day of us not talking. So I'm excited to chat with you about what we want to do this week, where we want to be, and what we are hoping to accomplish, because you never know, right? Life happens. Things
Exactly.
things happen, and it's really important to focus on our intention. What is the intention that we want to what's the intention that you want to bring to your week? Yes, Lily, I know Ron was co-hosting in Spaces and now he's over here. And it's wonderful, this whole technology game. It's working against us. We are still not able to simulcast to YouTube. I have, emailed the important parties that need to know about this issue. And if you are tuning in to the replay, I want to thank you for tuning in, whether you are on Fireside or on YouTube. I'm just so grateful that you would tune in and to be mindful of your motivation because really that's what this show is about. It's about you and your week and the things that you're trying to come up with and to create, especially if you're a creator. Thank you so much. And if you're not a content creator, then this then turns into a real life coaching conversation about what is going on in your life that you may want to either share or just take the promptings with you, or what may you be stuck with, right? You may be stuck in a rut. You may be stuck in a specific scenario or experience that just makes you feel a certain way, but that doesn't mean that that needs to stay like that, right? It's a question of choice. It's a question of mindset. And this is what I am here to remind you. Now, to tell you a little bit about what Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace is in the whole spectrum of things, this is a 6-episode a month show. And the reason why it's 6 episodes is because we're going to meet every Monday. So this is the second Monday in a row. Yay, us! We made it to a full week with 2 episodes. And then we're going to meet for a deeper conversation on the new moon and the full moon. And in those episodes, we're going to actively journal. So I did the journaling last time. Hopefully next time there's a full moon or a new moon, you come prepared with your material so you can journal and paint. And let me get that so that you see what I painted, because it doesn't take talent at all. I have no talent with the brush and the paint, but here it is.
Oh, I didn't know I could do it without talent. You mean I don't have talent either? I can do it regardless?
That's
I don't have to
right.
judge.
Yeah. That's right, Ron. When we talked about the episode for the full moon last week, I journaled over here that we were releasing overthinking, we were releasing the fear of judgment, we were releasing the fear of not being good enough. And once I journaled, I painted it black. I covered it so that no one really needs to see what's in here. It's just between me, divine inspiration, just between you and yourself. And then I painted something cute over it. And that could be anything. This is a flame because it was the first time that we did this together. And so in the honor of Fireside, I created a flame. And it literally took me 3 seconds to do this while Ron was gracing us with his guitar music live. I was so honored. Thank you, Ron, for that. You're so talented in the music department. Yeah. And so, I'm not asking for a lot when it comes to participation. Lily says that she started digital painting. That's wonderful. Thank you, Lily.
Oh, thank you.
I hope that maybe you can get some paint or, some materials to share in this conversation, because then it just becomes, that ritual experience that you hear on the trailer. And the only ritual aspect of it is that we do it together, right? And that we all share in that energy of, here are the things we are struggling with. Here are the things we want to release, or for the new moon, here are the things we want to really plant and foster. The new moon is about intentions. It's about planning. And, you'll hear this word a lot, manifesting, right? And so once we put those things on paper, then we paint over it. And then we make something beautiful like that one right there. That's one of my favorite ones, and that's why it's up on the wall. And that was for March's strawberry moon last March. So hello, Stefan. Thank you for joining us. And so this is what this conversation is. Monday, it's a shorter episode where we really just get to touch base on your week and the motivation. There's this show on the Wisdom app every single day in the morning. It's called, oh my gosh, Moments of Mindset or Moments of Mindfulness. And it's like, let's go, motivation for the day, boom, boom, boom. And I love that because it just gets me in the right energy to start the day, right? And that's what this show is about. So Mondays, it's not really meant to be an hour-long conversation. It's just meant to be a reminder that you're in control of the things that you choose, especially your mindset and the activities that you are implementing to heal your energy, to recharge, to come back to yourself, regardless of all the things that you're doing. We all have so many things going on, right? I have my toddler, I have my business, I have my clients, I have Twitter spaces and Ron in the DMs asking me questions or whatever. I'm really the one asking him questions, so I'll take the fall for that one. But we all have so much going on. What are you doing to recharge? And how are you handling the negativity that comes your way? I was live on Instagram earlier talking about how when we are not mindful of how we are maneuvering negativity or just life in general, we become toxic ourselves. And so maybe you're not toxic with other people because you're kind, because you're purposeful about being compassionate, or because you're trying to come off a certain way to the public, right? Especially in social media. But how are you handling the negativity with yourself? Good morning, Melem. Melem joins us all the way from Australia, and I'm just so grateful that you're here. It's already Tuesday for her, so I'm happy that she probably already had a great Monday. But, when you are not focused on how you're maneuvering life, then you run the risk of becoming the toxic person yourself. And again, to bring it back to what I was saying before Melem joined us, are you being negative with yourself? Are you being stuck in that negative mindset of, I can't handle this? We say that a lot. I can't handle it. I just can't handle it. And if you're communicating in these terms, you're putting it out there that you cannot do this. You are the one putting out there those things into the universe, letting life and the universe know that you just can't handle it. And then what happens? What you say becomes your reality. What you say, really, all of a sudden, you really can't. And then you have a nervous breakdown, or you have, depression, or you're stuck in a rut that just nobody can help you with. And it really starts with a very conscious decision, a very conscious choice to say, I'm going to do my best. And doing my best today looks like not saying these things, or actually trying to do this or to do that. We can't just say to people, I'm trying my best. We have to actually try. It takes action, right? And so that's what this show is about. This is the conversation that we're going to have every single Monday. You're going to have me here talking about how Monday, Moon Day, gets a bad rap, right? We all, when I was in high school, Monday was my favorite day, and that's because I was bored all weekend long. I was never one of the popular kids who spent all weekend with my friends. I just spent all weekend at home. So Monday was like the beginning of the beginning of my social event. I was like so excited to put on my uniform. It was nice and sharp. And then I would go to school and it's like, hello, everyone. I'm back with people. And for a highly sensitive person who is very introverted, do not get me wrong on that. I need to recharge on my own, which is what makes me an introvert. To know that I wanted to go to school on Mondays, that was interesting, very interesting. And then I dealt, with energy and with people and with being bullied my whole life. And so it's really about the fact that what you bring to your Monday ripples to the rest of the week. So if the very first day of your week, you're already thinking, oh my gosh, this day sucks. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get up. Like, this day is just such a drag. If this is what you're going to bring to your Monday, then how do you expect Tuesday to be any better? You just can't, or you shouldn't, right? Like how you wake up on Monday and choose to live your day really matters. Hello, Chris. Today is Chris's birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here, Chris. And thank you, my lamb. Well, actually, earlier I wanted to sing to Chris, like Marilyn Monroe would, like very sexy, like happy birthday to you. But it was so amazing on the antidepressant of the day. If you haven't tuned into his show, it's so beautiful how he shares an antidepressant every single morning. And the other day, the antidepressant that he shared was the moon. Because this was, we were all under it. And if we have nothing else in common, we have that in common. The fact that we can look up and bask in the same moon, regardless of our location. And those are the things that just fill my heart so much, because there's a lot of division already. There's so many things that are different about us, with like religion or jobs or mindsets or, cultures and whatnot, languages. So to focus on the things that unite us just brings me so much joy. And I wanted to thank Chris. I'm so happy that you're here. And so this is what Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace is all about. I just want you to get injected with that hope, injected with that motivation, so that you can ripple it for the rest of the week. And I just, it's my hope that it really sustains you until next Monday, right? Because we're not going to see each other twice a week every week, but time flies. And let me tell you, before you know it, we're going to be back here next Monday celebrating all the things we accomplished this week. And then 2 days later, well, actually 4 days later, we're going to meet again for the new moon. That's going to happen next week's Friday, not this week, right? It's Monday today. I'm talking about next week. So Friday, we're going to come and celebrate the new moon, and we're going to do that deeper conversation where we journal and where we paint live. So that's it. What do you think? How do you like them apples? That's really what this conversation is about. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you are interested in coming up to share about your week and what you're trying to create, that would be wonderful. Ron, you are in the hot seat already. So tell me about your week and what are you looking forward to? Ron?
Yes, I'm looking forward to, of course, always improving myself and always ending the week with the kindness that I give out and love that I give out. And usually it's always returned. But in my work, my day job, I hope to close this couple of deals that I'm confident about. And besides that, it's just being, like I said, being loving to those that are around me physically and ones that are emotionally closer and not in person, which is all, everybody in social audio.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that so much. I love how you are including your audience. I know, right? Ron
Right.
is so sweet.
But yes, the thing is that people like yourself, Graciela, even though I don't see you personally, I have a relationship with you, and you're a friend, and so it means I wouldn't for someone to say that you weren't a real friend, it'd be an insult. So that's how it is.
That's right. And it's such an honor to be your friend and to share all the conversations that we share. Everyone, last week Ron and I hosted a space on Twitter about who inspires you dead or alive. And that was so beautiful to hear from everyone. And all of a sudden, this person was telling this person that this person inspires them and we were all inspiring each other. And it was such a cluster of inspiration. It was so beautiful and I'm just very grateful that you're here,
Very
Ron.
beautiful.
Yes, it was. And you can catch the replay of that space in my newsletter. So if you're listening and you would like to tune into that conversation, check the link in my bio because there's the link to join the Hope Enthusiast Club weekly newsletter. And so thank you again, Ron. If anybody else wants to come up, then you're welcome to join this conversation. I just want to know, what are you looking forward to this week? And to let you know that it's the middle of the month already. So a mid-month check-in is due. If you had goals that you wanted to accomplish in the month of August, this is the day or this is the replay where you get to really look back on the month and say, where am I in this process? What am I missing? What do I need? What can I do better? Or what have I neglected that I really should invest some time in? Lily is up on stage. Hello, Lily. Welcome to Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace. How are you doing today?
Hello, Graciela and Ron. I think I just need to reset, and the show's reminding me, to kind of focus back on one day or even 1 week at a time, which, I have a problem sometimes just kind of taking that time for wellness and, especially kind of dealing with the health issue now and kind of letting that get me down and not taking that time I need to just rest.
Yes. So it's a great, like you said, I'm glad that this show is reminding you to look at those aspects of your life so that you can then strategize. And 1 week at a time is perfect. That's how I handle my life. I can't really think that far ahead because I just can't. I guess I can. If I say I cannot, that's negative self-talk and blah blah blah. Of course I could if I wanted to. So I guess the answer is I just don't want to. And I want to really on just 1 week. But if you notice, you see what I did there? I caught myself in my own negative self-talk and then I instantly reframed it. Yeah, thank you, because that's the goal. As a coach, yeah, as a coach, I want my clients and I want my audience to get to that level, to get to that point where you get to reframe things on your own, when you get where you get to flip things around all on your own, because then you are graduating into having your best life. And it really is liberating and just beautiful to be able to reframe things on the go. I struggle with negative self-talk all day long, and Mondays is the busiest day for me. So to come at this conversation to remind you and myself that we need to recharge and that we need to establish boundaries, whatever it takes for us to be well and for us to be at peace. You know, right before we joined live, I was DMing Ron and telling him, I think I've decided that on Tuesdays, I'm no longer going to have meetings, interviews, or coaching, because Monday. Yes, thank you. And thank you so much for coming up, Lily. I really hope that this conversation is valuable for you every week, because that is the point of it. The point of it is to motivate each other, to check in with each other. And in all honesty, considering that I'm a certified life coach by the International Coaching Federation, to be here and to let you know that it's a safe space where you can share openly and be vulnerable, or you can definitely have a private conversation with me. This is what I am here for. I'm here to help and to serve. And so it's beautiful to remind each other of the things that we are doing well and celebrate each other, but at the same time, it's great to remind each other of the things that we could be doing better. And after analyzing that for 2 weeks in a row, Mondays are now like a lot, right? Because now I have to edit this out. Now I have to put it out there and deal with all of the things. Then Tuesday, I really need to recharge, because in the end, you know who suffers? It's not just me. It's also my child. It's also my spouse. It just, when we become the toxic one, it ripples out. And if you're like me, if you have survived toxic relationships, you don't want to be the one to be toxic. You want to be very mindful about how you're handling your life so that you are a beacon of hope for yourself and others, so that you can just inspire kindness and call in all of the blessings and live a life of abundance, because we deserve it and because we have all of the resources to do it. So yes, thank you so much, Lily. I appreciate you, and I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you. And that's it. If no one else is coming up to share, we're just going to do a quick meditation. As you know, music for this episode is brought to you by Brain FM. And actually, Ron, do you know what?
What is that?
I have a sponsor for this episode. This episode is brought to you by Visually Mon Jewelry. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited.
Ooh. And what is that exactly? Can you explain it for us?
So Visually Mon is custom jewelry with a flair for the antique. So even though it's custom and, you know, created by this person, Christina, my dear friend Christina, they all look like antique pieces. And so it's just beautiful jewelry, silver and gold plated jewelry. And I'll put an ad on the show. It'll be wonderful. You'll get to see the website and all that. So I'm very honored to have a sponsor and to see where that takes us. I'm very, very excited. So, you know, I have a little moon and a little pearl, and it's just the cutest thing. Yes, thank you so much. You know, I'm moving plates here and there. I'm doing my own homework, right? Just taking it day by day to figure this whole thing out, and to take it in stride and to be mindful of the self-compassion. And I'll give you another example so that you know how to handle these things. We are not simulcasting to YouTube again. I deleted the app and I downloaded it again as per their instructions, and it still didn't work. Now, I could be really focused on that negative aspect of this broadcast. I could really invest my energy in focusing on that little sign at the very top of my screen right now that says that there is an issue with simulcasting. Or I could just let it go, let it go, let it go, and decide what is the strategy then? Well, then tomorrow I'm going to work on putting this up on YouTube in a timely fashion so that my viewers can see it. And that's it. We don't need to really get all negative about it. We don't need to invest all that time and energy. If there's anything I've learned in my training is that it takes double the energy to be negative than it takes to be positive. And this is why when we are stuck in the negative, we are so tired and so fed up and so down, because it takes double the energy to be negative or to not believe in something than it takes to just go with the flow, fake it till you make it, just do the thing, and then all of a sudden you are what you said you were going to be. So thank you again, and please take a moment to relax and to put your feet on the ground and to sit up straight and to close your eyes. Give me your hand. No, don't give me your hand. Just put your hand in your heart or hands on your lap. We are going to open up Brain FM app. The link is in my bio as well. And we're going to go to meditate, and we're going to do a quick unguided meditation. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and bring your attention to your normal breathing. Nice and slow. My favorite phrase: nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be here now. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to activate that vagus nerve. And the sole purpose of your vagus nerve is to bring you back to relaxation. Unless there's something biologically or medically wrong with it, this should work. So just breathe normal, and I'll walk you through 3 repetitions of activating it with deep breaths. Just eyes closed, nice and slow. And with me now, you're going to take a deep breath in, deep, deep, deep. Deep breath in, just fill those lungs. They are bigger than you think. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Nice and slow. Let it go all the way until you have no air, and hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in again. You're going to feel the need to gasp, and that's normal. Just breathe in, all the way up. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Nice and slow, all the way to the end. And now focus on your normal breathing. Your heart may be racing a little bit, and it's all okay. You are safe. You are still. And it's going to be a wonderful week. And as you breathe nice and slow, focus on the things you want to accomplish between now and when we see again. Focus on the feeling of accomplishment. Focus on the satisfaction of getting things done. Think of the beauty that everything you're doing today, tomorrow, and the next day how beautiful it will all look when it's done. Think about the blessing of having all of these resources available, all of the beauty. Bring your attention to your hand and put your hand in your heart. And as you take a deep breath in, just think of all the love, all of the blessings already prepared for you. How do you want to feel by the end of the week? Happy, at peace, replenished, rested, accomplished, productive. What does feeling all these things mean for you? Just focus on how good it feels to be able to do what you want to do. And with me, you're going to take a deep breath in. Deep, 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 nice and slow. Just fill those lungs. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go nice and slow. Nowhere to go, just nice and slow. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe in again. Deep breath in, just fill those lungs. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Now just breathe normal, nice and slow. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your awareness to your surroundings and take it all in. Take in the beauty of joining in this conversation. The privilege of using all of this technology. The gift of friendship. Of being able to connect, even though there's time differences, even though you may be on the other side of the world. I am just so happy that you're here on this planet, not just in this conversation. If you are just joining us, we are just getting out of a beautiful meditation, so just be still and take a moment to think about what you want to create this week. All the things that may be overwhelming, all the negative talk that may be getting in your way. Just breathe through it. You will figure it out. You will handle it with grace. You will be mindful of what you need when you need it. And if that's rest, you're going to take a moment. And if that is energy, you're going to take a moment to replenish, to recharge. As a coach, I am reminding everyone all day long to drink water. It is healing. If you are watching this and you identify as a highly sensitive empath, water is healing just by staring at it. Print a picture and put it up on your desk. Listen to water. But by all means, please drink water. Eyes open and just come back to me. Yeah, yeah. We are done with that meditation. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. Jason and Matthew, I see that you joined us. At the very end, but at the same time, I want to welcome you to Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace. This conversation is going to happen every single Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. It's really meant to be motivation and mindfulness for your week, strategies so that you can accomplish what you want to accomplish, and just a reminder of the things that you may be neglecting, the things that we all neglect. That's what I am here for. And then we meet 2 extra times a month. So for a total of 6 episodes every month, we meet on the new moon and the full moon for a deeper conversation where we get to journal and paint live. What I journaled is under here. Nobody knows but the people that were there. We talked about releasing overthinking. We talked about releasing the fear of judgment. We talked about releasing thoughts of unworthiness. You know, if you're a content creator, you're probably pondering at any given time of the day, I'm not going to put this piece of content out there because I don't think it's good enough, right? That happens to me all the time. And I have to remind myself that my audience doesn't see my content with the perfectionist lens that I put on it after 10 years creating content, right? And so putting it out there, it always lands. It always reaches where it needs to reach. So letting go of the fears. We journaled that conversation from last full moon. Then I painted over it, and then I painted a fireside flame in honor of our very first full moon together. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you. Do for the new moon and the full moon, but Monday, it's just a conversation where we motivate each other. So if you have a few moments and you would like to come up on stage and tell me, what are you looking forward to this week? We still have a few moments together, and I would love to get to know you and welcome you personally to my show. But if you're not coming up, then I'm afraid that's it. I want to truly thank you all for joining. Tune into the YouTube or tune into the Fireside replay. Thank you so much, Brian, for being here. Hello, Nicole, and hello, Linda. I'm so glad that you joined. Linda is brand new to Fireside. She literally only joined Fireside to join my show, and I am just so honored and so blessed with your presence and looking forward to having this conversation every Monday so we can pump each other up with love and energy and so much. Yes, thank you so much. So the link from my bio is all of the things. Please get to see it. It is my newsletter. It is my private call. It is the link to Fireside. All of the links are in my newsletter. In my link tree. And this episode is brought to you by Bijou Mon Jewelry. Yeah. So thank you again for joining, and I look forward to hanging out with you next Monday. Have a great evening, everybody. This episode is brought to you by Bijou Limon, costume jewelry, antique and vintage designs. BijouLimon.com.